Welcome to Lunar Module 3, Feature Story. Craters, seas, mountains, valleys. The moon has a variety of physical features. Some can even be seen with the naked eye. The moon has several maria, or seas. Mare is the Latin word for sea, and if you have more than one mare, you have several maria. There are 22 maria on the moon and one ocean. Despite being identified as bodies of water once upon a time, the seas on the moon are actually dried beds of lava from ancient volcanic eruptions. You'll hear people call the seas by their English names and their Latin names interchangeably. For example, you might hear Mare Tranquillitatis or the Sea of Tranquility. They're talking about the same thing. For the most part, the seas are either named for features that the sea would have or for states of mind. There's a sea of moisture, a sea of cold, and a foaming sea. But you can also find a sea of cleverness, a sea of serenity, and a sea of crisis. Almost all craters on the moon are formed by meteors or asteroids slamming into the moon. The smallest craters are microscopic in size, while the largest are about 180 miles across. Craters have three main parts. Number one, the crater floor, which is typically smooth until the crater gets older and starts accumulating craters of its own inside. They also have a crater wall, which is the downward sloping part of the crater. And finally, they have an area outside the crater which has a lot of debris which splashed onto the ground when the crater was formed. Craters are typically named after scientists, astronauts, and explorers. If you're documenting your work in the Lunar Module project, you're going to, number one, complete the Features of the Moon worksheet from the Lunar Module project folder in Schoology. And two, you're going to be researching the craters and seas listed on the Features of the Moon worksheet to determine their locations. Then you'll draw a map labeling them. And if you're all set, then 3, 2, 1. Lift off.